The red-faced woman. A girl went to a shop to purchase gloves. Mother told her to buy any gloves except red. But when the girl saw red gloves in the shop, she liked them very much. That is why she just bought them and went home. As she approached her house, she saw it was on fire. Many firemen came to the scene, but they could not put out the fire. Suddenly, a red-faced woman appeared from nowhere. She approached the girl and told her that she could extinguish the fire if the girl agreed to fulfill her request. The red-faced woman made a spell, and the fire died out at once. And the woman with the red face told the girl, "Come to the cemetery at midnight and put your red gloves on the grave at the center of the cemetery." The girl had to fulfill her promise. In the dark of the night, she went to the cemetery, hardly found in the darkness the grave at the center of the cemetery, and put her red gloves in the middle of the grave. The grave suddenly opened. The red-faced woman climbed out of it, grabbed the girl by the hand, and began to pull her somewhere. The girl began to cry and asked to let her go. The woman told her, "Today I will let you go, but your grandmother will die." When the girl returned home, she saw that her grandmother was dead. After they had buried her grandmother, the girl met the woman with the red face again. She released the girl once more, telling her that her mother would die. Some days later, the girl's mother died. After they had buried her mother, the girl met the woman with the red face again. She told her, "This time, I will not let you go. It's your turn to die." The girl returned home and died without noticing it. When she came to herself under the ground, she saw her mom and grandmother. The girl was very glad and ran to them. But suddenly, she noticed that both her mom and granny had red faces. Later, all three of them became red gloves and came to the people who purchased them. Collection 62, bin 13, collected by E. Dementieva. The magic finger. Once, a woman came to work to a remote boarding school. She looked quite usual, but soon children in the boarding school started to fall ill. They had tumors. One boy said, "I think that I have a tumor because this woman touched me." They all began to watch their teacher and noticed in the night that she came to their bedrooms. They have also noticed that there was a needle protruding from her finger. The children had taken a lash and whipped the teacher right on this finger. They heard the sounds of glass being broken and shattered. The woman began shrinking, dwindling, and finally vanished. Collection 63, bin 13, number 2, collected by E. Dementieva. The driver and the old woman. A driver was riding his car along the road leading to the cemetery. He saw someone hitchhiking and stopped. It was an old woman. She told him, "Take me to the cemetery," and gave him 5 rubles. He brought her to the cemetery and continued on his journey. On his way back, he saw the old woman near the cemetery. She paid him 5 rubles and he got her back to the city. The next day, he was riding along the same road when he saw the old woman again. She gave him 25 rubles and told him to take her to the cemetery. He saw her walk to a burial vault and open it. He got frightened. On his way back, he saw the old woman running from the cemetery and wiping her mouth with her sleeve. She gave him 25 rubles, and he took her back to the city. The following day, he got even more frightened when he saw the old woman again. This time, she gave him 60 rubles, got off the car near the cemetery, and ran to the vault. On the way back, he stopped to give her a lift. She gave him 50 rubles. He asked her, "Why do you go to the cemetery every day?" She kept silent for several moments, and then yelled, "Collection 45, bin 4, number 18, collected by E. Dementieva." The end.